What's up, world? Lee here with Sticks, Strings, and Other Things, my teeny tiny little corner of the internet where I come to you usually every other week to chit-chat with you about all of the crafty things that I've been getting my hands onto. I'm coming to you from a very blustery Pacific Northwest. I was putting off filming this for a bit because I was hoping that the blustery would calm down. It isn't. It is windy as heck, and right now, not dumping rain, but it's been an interesting day, interesting night. Tree branches landing on the roof, you know, that kind of excitement. Anyhow, that's just to let you know, if you hear any random blustery noises, it's just the Pacific Northwest having a gale. Ah, weather, it's so fun. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoy. I have picked up a few new subscribers over the last little bit, so welcome. This is me. If you are returning, you know the chaos that you are, well, it will be the chaos that you are expecting, because that is how things are right now. Chaos. I have a lot going on over here that I get to share with you today, because I haven't done a full floss tube since November. I did flossy vloggy, holla vlog, celestial countdowns, but I didn't do an actual floss tube. And since I don't expect people to keep up to date on the Flossmasses, Flossmassi? What is the plural of Flossmas? Flossmassi. I don't expect people to keep up with those. I will show what I was working on over the month of December. This might be a long one. Get some tea, get some water, get whatever it is that your heart's desire, pull up a nice project, and let's get started. I have a cup of, I forget, something like Georgia peach black tea is what I'm drinking today. I'm going to need that handy because, like I said, there's a lot. I have multiple finishes. Multiple. It's delightful. I have many, many finishes. First off, I'm not prepared. I don't even know where my sock blockers are. They used to sit right here, where they would be easy to grab when I would be showing off a sock. But I have somewhat cleaned up. I have no clue where I put my sock blockers, people. Well, yeah, I'll have to use the bad sock blockers. Okay, they're not bad. I just don't care for them because there's a slightly sticky spot in the heel. Because these fit me, they don't fit my sock blockers. These sock blockers are too wide here for my feet. They work great for my partner's socks, though. They do not work great for my own. There will be no sock blockering. These are my Advent socks that I was stitching a stripe of every day in December. These were from Woolens and Nosh, and I used the Peace and Joy, I think that's what it was called, the pattern that came in the Woolens and Nosh 24 Advent stripe kit. As you can see, I used the contrast color for the cuff and the heels, but I just kept stitching so I have stripy toes. I don't normally do stripy toes, but this time I did stripy toes and I kind of like them. They're a little bit adorable. I did get through all 24 stripes. This is the same stripe as this one. So kind of good I went for the stripy toes. I did get them all through. That last stripe is right at the beginning of my toe. I very much enjoyed these. They were delightful. I liked the pattern. It's a pattern I may do again for a stripy sock because I like how it chevrons the socks up. I finished those in 2023. This is the Euphorbia wrap that I was working on during my Advent. This was a Advent calendar Advent mini skiing calendar from Hue Loco. It was their Oxide Fade. And I did finish all 24 stripes of that. It has not been washed and blocked. This end is much more relaxed. My I-cord on this side is a little too tight, so I have this little bit of buckling on this side. It should block out just fine, but I made sure to be a little more relaxed on this side, and as you can tell, I succeeded. I love this end of the wrap a lot better, but that's okay, because you know what you do? You go like this, and then most of the color that you like sit in front and on top. The Euphorbia wrap is a wrap by Amba O'Brien. I used the called for needles and everything. My socks were done probably with a 2.5 millimeter because I'm a tight knitter. I do have all of my ends woven in. They are not trimmed because this has not yet been washed and blocked, and I really do love these colors on this end. These give me joy. This was a decent project to work on for the Advent season. It was just enough that I had fun, but not so much that it felt overwhelming. In fact, I was feeling so free and happy with my Advents. I started a third. I wasn't going to, but I did. This is the Weasel's Way wrap. It came from my Celestial Countdown box from Farmer's Daughter's Fiber. This is using their Pushkin DK. The other two were fingering weight. This one was a DK weight. I did have a little bit of problem with the pattern and how much yarn I had. Where is it? I ran out of this color, as you can see. I had to fudge it for the next color. It's fine. You have to look that close to find it. This also has all the ends woven in, but it also is not washed and blocked. I learned from this piece that I really, really, really would like to get some Pushkin DK for a sweater. This stuff is wonderfully squishy. I like that it's just a kind of tiny little, yes, I know I haven't fixed any of that. But it's just a tiny little wrap that can hide right under your jacket when you're taking a walk on a blustery day, like today. I'm refusing to buy any Pushkin DK because I do not need any more yarn for the foreseeable future. Ah, isn't it glorious? I think this one might be my favorite color. It looks gray on the screen, but it's got this purple undertone that is just fun. This is also a really pretty color, that periwinkle. I like the fading, that's not the word I'm looking for. The variegation, the tonality in this color. I can't wear that color though. And this color. Oh, I love that color. But I believe that is the color York because I have an entire cardigan out of it, just not out of Pushkin DK. So good. So those were the knits that I finished up in December. I also finished, between the last time I filmed and now, all of my, oh, what is this called? Sampler for All Seasons by Scarlet House. So that is all completed and gorgeous. I loved this. I don't remember what the fabric is. It's a 40 count Steinbeck? That sounds right, but I used the DMCs. And it is lovely. Also in December, I finished and started my Modern Folk Embroidery Advent. Ah, yes, the Evertote Roxy Floss Co. Modern Folk Embroidery Advent. Oh, I love this one. I kept up to date on it pretty well. And oh, it is so good. Look at those colors. They are so good. They are so, so good. And look how much fabric I have left over. This was 40 count Turtle Dove from Roxy Floss Co. And obviously all the called for flosses. Gonna give you a nice big close-up. I adore this Advent piece. And when they go up for sale for 2024, when they go up for sale in February, I will be purchasing it. So good. Look at those colors. Just look at those colors. Too good. Too good. That collaboration between Jacob and Caroline and Carrie is epic and genius. And that is all the things I finished in December. I have finished 2 things so far in January 2024. First is a hat. I decided to cast on a hat and knit it in a night. I'm used to working fingering weight projects, so it was a little strange that I could do that, but considering I was using a US size, I think 10, it shouldn't be too surprising. This is the Sparkle Squish hat by I forget whom, and as you can see, there's sparkle. Yes, it uses a one strand of a big fluffy alpaca color and 1 strand of a yarn that has tons of sequins on it. So you get this. It is so fun. Hold on just a second and I will show you what they look like. I forgot to grab them. Did I need another hat? No, but it was fun. So this is the fluff. It is a Lang, I don't have the tag anymore. It was a Lang product. So as you can see, very thick alpaca fluff. And this is the other strand. Look at all, look at all the sequins. All the sequins. And it uses most of a ball of each. I have some left over, but not a lot. I could have made it slightly longer. I'm glad I didn't. I think this is a perfect size. Just a happy little sparkly hat with some fluff. Sorry, it caught on my hair thingy. And I thought it was fun. I also love the fact that it seems you're catching some of the sparkle. Excuse me with the fluff. I'm just gonna grab it out of the air. Fun little hat. So I finished that. And it's in my pile of stuff. Let's see if I can find it. I have a pile. Living in this bag is my Black Needle Society project. At the end of the Nice List box that I got for Advent last year, they had a project called Celebrate All Year. It is a piece where they're going to be releasing tiny, tiny, tiny little stitches each month. And they gave us the supplies for the fabric for January, February, or March, and I think the DMC just for January. But if I heard correctly, the thread palette is similar-ish, so some of the yarn threads that we used for this one we'll use later on, just not, we don't have all of them. I finished January because evidently January is National Hot Tea Month. I mean, how could I not stitch it? So here we have a lovely cup of honey lemon tea. At least that's what I'm guessing it is, because we've got some lemons down here, we've got the honey going into the tea. I'm not a yellow fan, but it's fine if it is tea. There's a little tea bag right there. There's lavender here, but why would you put that in tea? It's gross, in my opinion. And some cinnamon sticks. So in my world, not only is this honey lemon tea, there's one ingredient missing. This is a hot toddy, people. The whiskey is over on the side. So, honey lemon tea, in my opinion. Hot toddy time, definitely. Part of the stuff that they gave us is all of the supplies for finishing, including a little stand. I bought the paint to paint the stand, and I might actually try to fully finish these this year. I've at least started with stitching it. Here's the rest of the fabric. It's for 3 months. I wasn't sure how much fabric we would have, so I didn't measure. Even though they told us how much fabric you needed for each spot, I have plenty. I still was concerned. It'll fit, it'll fit. So I have plenty of fabric for the next 2 months. I could do 3. And I have purchased the fabric that I will need for April, May, June, and July, August, September. I have not purchased the last month's fabric because they told us what fabrics we would need. Here's all the DMCs that were used. It is a fun little project called Celebrate All Year. If you did not get the Nice List box and you want to celebrate all year with us, you can purchase the pattern yourself off the Black Needle Society website. It is in a bag that I got from the Black Needle Society that I don't remember anything about. It just seemed appropriate because it's witchy. And I like witchy things. And if I'm going to celebrate the year, I want to do it witchily. That was all of my finishes. Yes, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 finishes since I saw you last. Halo polishing time. All 3 of the advents that I started, I finished. Double halo polishing. Definitely. I did not start too many of them. I have more advents than I had over the Christmas, December time that I opened, but I did not start them. So I kept up with the ones that I started with, and I finished the ones that I started. And I think that is a pretty damn awesome thing. Sorry for rocking your world. I was picking up my tea. Evidently storing it right there is not a good spot, so I'll put it down here. So now we move on to whips and new starts. Normally I have them separate, but I had enough that I didn't do it that way this time. And yeah, that's how it's going to be. I'm going to pause for half a second to organize it because it isn't, and I figured that out when I went for my finish for Celebrate All Year. Yeah, so I'm going to organize it a little bit so there's less chaos in the filming. I'll be right back. And I'm back. There's some minor amount of organization right now. In December, I decided that I wanted to start a new project. It's living in a birthday bag because it was open and had nothing in it. I decided that I've been getting this magazine for a while and I've yet to stitch anything out of it. This is Punch, Needle, and Primitive, and I really liked this piece from Teresa Vanette, Shakespeare's Peddler. So I decided to start it. I bought the finishing kit supply from her because my goal, one of my goals this year, is to finish more things. Now, have I finished my Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas? No. I started it in December. That doesn't mean I'm going to finish it in December. Anyhow, here is that start. I have a lot of it done. It's very, very pretty. And I'm liking it, and it's sweet, and it is grand. So that is a start, and still a whip. Oh, get back in there. Clang, clang, clang. And then, well, if you watched my planning video, I think I made a planning video. I made plans for this year. This year I am starting 50 by 50. I bet you can figure out what that means. Yes, I'm going to start 50 projects by my 50th birthday, which is happening in 2024. But since I have a December birthday, I decided that my first start would be my birthday start in 2023. And my 50th start will be my birthday start in 2024. So, what was my birthday start? What was my first of 50? It lives in here. This is my Gamer Nouveau piece from Gecko Rouge. This is the piece I started on my birthday. It lives in a giant Tupperware thing, but the fabric itself lives in this gamer bag that I bought from stitching the high notes because it's a gamer bag. How could I not? My fabric. Let me find my tiny start. It's a couple hundred stitches. Right there. And yes, I have a gamer needle minder too. So there is my start. I have an upper left start. You can even see the beginnings of, you can see one of the stars right there. Isn't that gorgeous? Ah, so good. So good. So that was start 1 of 50. All of my starts will have a minimum of 250 stitches, likely more. This one has, I forget how many stitches it has. I have that information somewhere, but did I bring it? No. Did I think about bringing it? Yes. Did I remember to? No. So it lives in here. Am I going to get back to all of these starts this year? No. We'll have to come up with a new plan for 2025, but we're not there yet. We're sitting in 2024. So that was my start number 1. Start number 2 was living in this dragony bag from Rivertown Designs. And there's all my floss. My sister for Christmas gave me a couple of cross-stitch bags because she knows of my plan for 50 and 50. And so I've put some of them to good use already because I do not believe that I have to show it on floss tube before I use it. I know, I according to some people, I'm breaking a cardinal rule. Guess what? You're going to see it on here anyway. And if I want to use it, I'm going to. This is Modern Folk Embroidery's 2024 Stitch Along, No Time Like the Present. And there is my start. Yes, I have definitely done farther down than the January section, but that's just how it's going to be. I'm going to still try and do about 4,000-ish stitches a month because then I will finish it in the time frame that he has. I think he has us trying to finish it by October so that we have November open and December open. November for Black Sampler November and December for his Advent. So there is the start. Oh, I am loving it. I am using 40 count 40 count Overcast by Cedar River Linen. And my floss colors are both from Roxy Floss Co. The red is a Hank. A glorious Hank of Falou Red. Oh, yeah. And the blue is the colorway Yonder. It was one of the colors from the 23 Advent. And when they put those colors up for sale, I ran in and grabbed skeins for Yonder because I like the dark, dark blue. Those are my colors for the 2024 Stitch Along. I know I did poorly on the 2023 one, but that was because he gave me options. I'm bad with options. I don't like options. Options mean I have to make a choice, and I'm obviously very bad at it. This way, I figured out the color. That was my only choice I needed to do, and I loved the black, not the black, the red and blue he had. I just wanted to make sure that my blue was super dark so it didn't look all patriotic, and I think I did a decent job of that. I'm loving this. Absolutely loving this. It's going to be so good. My plan is to keep up to date with it. What else did I start? Start number 3. Start number 3 was the January Celebrate All Year. So I started that and I finished that. So one of my 50 is already done. Nice job, Lee. And start number 4 is Laura's Frisian Sampler, also by Modern Folk Embroidery. There's a theme here, evidently. I really like Jacob's charts. That's the theme. And I have started this as my January sampler. I love all the ghosting of those letters on this fabric. Yes, I have splotchy fabric and I love it. So I started this yesterday. It is my sampler that I'm going to try and to start, which I've done, and finish which I haven't yet done, in January. So good. I picked this up when I was at Jacob Palooza last year. So pretty, so pretty. I am using, therefore, the called for Roxy Floss Co. flosses. And I picked up a chunk of 40 count speculous fabric. And I liked that it had this grunginess to it right there. That splotch that comes down. Ah, so good. Yipes, so windy. So that is my 4th start, and that is as far as I've made it on my starts so far this year for my 50 and 50. So I'm 4 down, 1 finished. Pretty good. That's yeah, we'll see how that goes. What else have I worked on? Well, I've decided to pull back out a daily 100 chart. I was trying to do daily 30, but I don't like it that way. I don't know why. It's 30 minutes, whatever. The daily 100, it feels like a more solid thing. So I've pulled back out my Ruskin's Penguins, and I have been doing 100 stitches in it every single day. I haven't yet done it for today, but I have been doing 100 stitches in it. So I was able to finish up. I had a lot of this already done. I had the entire border, all the words, a chunk of the snowflakes. So I finished up the snowflakes on this side. I finished them all up on this side, and then I started putting in the adorable penguins. So all of the black is in now. All of the black. And this is Roxy Floss Co. chalkboard, and I don't remember what the white is. Weathered white. And I'm doing it on a 40 count. It's from Bestitch Me. I want to say Scotsman, but I don't think that's right. It's a 40 count from Bestitch Me. Yeah, I was right. It is Scotsman. Man, I'm good. I am good. No, I'm not good, but it is living in this fun wintry bag. Yes, the penguins are so cute. All of the black is done. Now all I have to do is finish up the rest of the white. So there's some white stitches in here. There's a couple scattered here, a couple scattered here. There's some in the heart, and then we fill in the penguins. And then this will be done. I figure I probably have 5, maybe 6 days of stitching left on it. I don't know. I don't know how many stitches are actually in this one, but I'm guesstimating I have about 5 or 6 days left. And as I haven't yet done it today, it'll be done soon. And then I will pull out another of my 17 planned finishes this year. I love it. And maybe I will be pulling out ones that I wasn't originally planning on finishing. I don't know. I'm enjoying the daily 100 again though. And we'll see how long it lasts, how long I keep enjoying it. But as long as I'm enjoying it, I figure I can pull out some of my smaller pieces that I want to get finished or see good progress on. It's so cute. I love this piece. I started it in 2022, and yeah, it just really needs to be finished, and I love it. Now let me check my thing. Done. All right, so that is all of my whips for stitching. Let me just move some stuff so that I can get to my knitting. My knitting whips. Living in here is my Stephen West Geo Gradient Mystery Knit Along that I did not keep up with, but I have done a chunk on. I have all of section 1 done. I have all of section 2 done on one side, and I am partway done on section 3. This is where I was last time I filmed. So I have a chunk of section 3 done. I still love this piece. I will still, so many ends I need to weave in. None of those ends are woven in. None of them. None of these. All of section 1 and 2 are woven in, but not section 3. So many ends. Anyhow, that's a laterly problem. I am enjoying this. Ooh, there's quite the tangle of yarn right there. We're just gonna pretend we didn't see that. That's gonna be a nightmare. I am using US 4 3.5 millimeter needles. I think it was the called for needles, and I have been slowly chipping away on this one. I love the fibers. This is the Undercover Otter fiber kit that I bought, and they feel so nice. Love the colors. And now that it's been a little while, the drama over the beginning, if you know, you know, there was drama. I'm not bothered by it anymore, and I am just enjoying the shape and the look of this piece. So what did I decide to do in January? Did I decide, hey, you know, I already have a Stephen West shawl on the needles. I should finish it because I'm very much enjoying it. Should I do, that's what I should do. Is that what I did? No. What I did was, I went, oh, here's my Make 9 list, and it has a Stephen West shawl on it. And it's the Hybrid Knit-Along shawl, and I really want to start it for my birthday. And I have a luscious kit for it, so I did. So I have 2 Stephen West shawls on the go right now. That's stupid, but I did it anyway. Anyhow, this is a dyer I can't pronounce. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't think I have a handy tag right now either. It starts with an S. It's not English, and I think it's Norwegian. Can't do it. I have this started. I am using a size US 4 3.5 millimeter, and I'm loving it. This is all of color A. Color A isn't done, but this first part is all color A. Then you start getting color B in here. That's the one that has the brown bits. And I am just starting I think it was called Pillar section. So there will be a whole section with these slipped stitches, this lip stitch look. So this is color B. I love it. I love it so much. So this is one of my Make 9 projects for 2024. I've started it. And I do love this piece. It is so pretty. Look at that. Look. I know a lot of people had problems in this lace section, the arrowhead lace section. I must be anal enough with my counting. I did not. But look how nice that is going to look when it's all blocked out. So good. So good. I need to get back to that one. But I decided I needed to start another project. You see, for my birthday, I am getting Farmer's Daughters Fibers Sock Squad again this year. It is a birthday gift from my partner. Last year, I was doing socks every month, and I made it through up to August when the colors were exactly the same. And it kind of burnt me out, and I kind of got annoyed, and I stopped making the socks. So those yarns have just joined the stash, and I will get to them at another point. This year, I'm determined, yet again, to keep up. So when my yarn finally arrived yesterday for the January sock squad, like, it's already late. I've lost an entire week. I can knit socks that fast. I decided, here's the yarn. It is called New Moon. And this was the mini that came with it. I decided I should get those socks on the needle real fast. Ta-da! Lee, that doesn't look like a sock. You'd be right. I was totally planning on doing socks for the entire time. But I only need to use the fabric. In fact, if you're on Ravelry, you can join the Farmer's Daughters Fibers Ravelry group, and they have a whole sock squad section where you have the possibility of winning things if you knit each yarn up in the month it shows up. So I'll be trying that again this year. It's fun just to watch that entire thread because you get to see all the lovely things that people are knitting and you go, ooh, I want to knit that too. Anyhow, that's not where this came from. I decided I wanted to do a cowl. So this is the Fraximus cowl by Ysolda Teague. There we go. I started this yesterday. I have done the cast on, the fun, not even ribbing, because it's not a 2x2, it's a 2x3 by 1 by 2 by 1 by 2 by 3 by 2 by 3 by 2 by 1 by... I did it though. And now I am starting in on the honeycomb section that is in there. I am using the called for needles, which is a US 3.25. And it is coming together very nicely. This is a very soft yarn. I don't remember what the base was. I have the tag stuck in there, so I can't look. I was starting to do that because I kept losing my tags, and now I'm realizing that when I stick them inside the ball, I can't look at them to tell you what it is. So, slight problem. Oh well, we'll figure something else out about that. But it's a very soft base, and I wasn't sure about how that would work for socks. And I decided, well, I like it, I'll make it a cowl. This cowl is kind of an interesting one because you do not change gauge, but it gets looser as you go down. So when you wear it, it's tighter up here and it gets looser at the bottom, so it kind of sits around your shoulders easier. And it's super, super soft. Oh, it's so soft. So this will be really, really nice around the face. There are slight specklings in this yarn. And I did not bring, there's a little notebook that came with the first shipment. It's a little notebook that shows the art that this was based off of. So when I film next time, I will bring that so I can tell you who's the artist that they're basing all of their stuff on, their colors on, and I will have the details for what the yarn is, other than it's a fingering weight, which is not very helpful. It's a fingering weight from Farmer's Daughter's Fiber. They have more than one, so not very helpful. A very soft one though, and it is a very light green. I know that the art it's based off of, the thing it's based off of in that art is a moth, a Luna moth. So if you know the color of a Luna moth, you kind of know the color of this yarn. And it's living in this fun bag. I need to get back into the habit of showing you my bags and telling who they're from. This one is from Slip Stitch Studio, and it is my Dark Alice bag. Apologies, I should get back into that. And that's all the whips and new starts and finishes I've had since the 1st of December. Actually, a little bit before the... I don't remember when I finished a sampler for all seasons. There we go. That's all the things that I've worked on. It's a couple, isn't it? Yeah, just a few. Let's get into plans, because I have several. I have mentioned before that I'm doing WIPGO, and I've pulled the 2 projects that were called for this month, and they are I Sign Up for Beauty by C Street Stampler. And my goal for WIPGO is that I work on these for 5 days or 1,000 stitches, whichever comes first. I think it was 1,000. All I have done on this one is the border. The beginning of the border. Not even the full border, just part of the border. So that was one of the calls. I think that was number 9. I don't remember. And my other one, living in this Foxy bag by Little Boat 88. This one was also a bag by Little Boat 88. Is my Jane Reese Bristol Orphan Sampler. And here is where I am with it. I have a crazed idea to finish this one this year. Yeah. Again, 5 days or 1,000 stitches. Obviously this one's on my board a few times, and I think it's going to need to be worked on more than just for Whip Go if I actually want to finish it. We'll see. So there are my Whip Go calls. I will tell you more details about them when I actually work on them. I have planned days for what days I'm working on them. Well, planned thoughts of when I'll start working on them for the 5 days. Because I'm not really good at sticking to an exact plan, but a loose plan maybe. And then I have, living in my basket of doom, I have all of my other, I think I might possibly start these in January. Stitches. Kits, whatever you want to call them. I have a whole bunch in here. Does it mean I'm going to start all of these in January? Oh, no, 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 no. 50 new starts, not 1,050 new starts. 50 new starts. But these are the ones that in January I'm thinking of pulling. I'm going to do that at the beginning of every month. There's technically the end of every month. At the end of every month, the last day of the month, one of the things I'm going to do is go through my stitching bin, my stitching little basket here, and fill it with current whips, Whip Go calls, and things that I might want to start that month. Because I have so many to choose from, I figure if I narrow it down each month, it'll help. Right now I'm thinking I'm going to keep up to date with the Celebrate All Year, which will either count as 1 whip or 12. I don't know. Because each one is an individual item and therefore a finish, but it's a whole project. I don't know how to think about that one. So we'll see. What lives in here? Well, because I learned that it's National Hot Tea Month, I pulled out some tea stitches that I purchased during Needlework Market. So there's Top Knots Cup of Tea, Fox and Rabbit's Tea Time. Oh, that's a good one. Tea Berry Tile by Ink Circles, and Tea Time Companion from Ingleside Imaginariums. So these are some that I'm thinking of starting. I have the Trenway Silks and a nice little floss tag for them for when I do start. I have lots of random fabrics. So no, the fabrics aren't in here, but I have so many random fabrics, it will not be a problem finding fabrics for them. Another one I may start this month is Winter Rose Manor. I have a piece of 40 count Ocean Air by Fox and Rabbit for the fabric because I think everything will pop on it really, really nicely. My concerns are the whites and the pink, and I think that slight gray-y blue will work beautifully for all of these colors, including the greens. I have the Vicki Clayton silk conversion for it. Another possibility is Chirchi and Jirchi from Modern Folk Embroidery. This was the large sampler from Jacob Palooza that I bought when I was, that was the kit that I chose when I went out to Jacob Palooza. So this is kitted up as needed for the project. It is a ginormous sampler. That is the only thing that's stopping me from starting it right away. It's ginormous and it's beautiful, and I will start it, just don't know when. Another option, Winter Wishes by Erica Michaels, because it's winter. Woo! Because it's winter and it's pretty and I like it. Star of Wonder, Star of Light, make a snowflake fall tonight. Maybe it could be a snow day start. I have potentials for a snow day start from my Advent openings as well. Who knows? It's not in here. Living in an actual project bag. What? Most of these are going to live in the lovely Ziploc project bag until they become actual projects, but some of these came that way. So I have the entire project for Moonshine Cabin from Modern Folk Embroidery. So I bought the entire kit, so it is still kitted up. I keep wanting to start this one. Have I yet? No. No, I haven't. This is the one that brought us Falu Red, though, so how could I not start it at some point? I have Hope Song from Heartstring Samplery. I have the entire kit with the finishing kit. I have... What is in here? Ah! The extra chart from last year's Modern Folk Embroidery Advent. This is the Dream of a Winter Garden. Oh, that is so good. I might do that one. And the last one that I may start in the month of January is Winter Wonderland by Blackbird Design. I've had this one kitted up since it came out. Have I started it ever? No. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. But I desperately want to. And that is why it's actually living in an Evertote bag. Oh, both of the bags that were in here were Evertote bags. I think this will be my 5th start. I'm just not sure when. This month. It'll happen. I'm doing a New Moon, New Start this month. This could be my New Moon, New Start. I think I like this plan. Yes, Lee. We shall do this plan. This will be my New Moon, New Start. So that is Thursday, I want to say. Not exactly sure when the new moon is, but I'm going to guess maybe Thursday. It's such a good piece. I think I might brighten up my cream, though. I want it to be a nice stark white. So I may have to do that. We will see. Anyhow, what I was saying is we will see if I start it, when I start it. Those are my stitching plans. Obviously, work on my Whip Go calls and work on my Modern Folk Embroidery 2024 piece and my sampler, January sampler piece. Those are my main pieces that I will be working on, plus my penguins, because I'm doing 100 stitches a day on those. I mean, I don't sleep or eat or do laundry or need to cook or go to work, so obviously I can get all of that done this month, plus starting new things. Obviously, also, my knitting plans. Definitely have time to do all of these plans as well as the stitching plans that I just shared with you. So my knitting plans are obviously to finish my cowl, because I have to get that done this month, and I need to do at least a good chunk on one of my Stephen West shawls, if not finish it. So that would be the glittering snowscape shawl, because that one's easier. Finish that one. Sure, I can do that this month. And then I have my work socks, which I didn't share because they're in my bag for work and I forgot to bring them. It's a Halloween sock pair. I have one sock done of the striping socks for Halloween, and have yet to cast on the second sock, which I need to do before my next work day. It's been too busy to stitch at work, so those are going to take forever. It's supposed to slow down in January at work. It is. Technically. Supposed to slow down in January. It normally does, and this is when we plan to do all of the restocking and the restocking for the year and all of this. It hasn't slowed down. So we're still having to do all of the restocking anyway. It's very busy at work right now. Very busy. And we have a pop-up shop this weekend. Because of course we do. It's fine. It's great. I'm fine. Just means my work project doesn't get much work. Uh-oh. Tea leaf. Bleh. Don't you hate that? I do. Bleh. Tea leaf. Right, those are my plans. I have time. It's only being filmed on the 9th. This is going up on the 10th. I'm sure I'll have finished Stephen West Shawl tonight. That would be a lie. That would be a big fat lie. Okay. That was a lot. That was a whole lot. So, woo, if you're still with me, thumbs up. Thank you. This is much longer than normal. I think. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I've had to stop this a couple of times to get stuff. Anyhow. Let's get on to life and things. December was busy. There was lots of family. We're hosting all the holidays here now because family needs us to, and so we are. So saw lots of family. My sister was up. My kid was up. Both of them were up visiting. It was fantastic to see them both. I would like to see both of them more frequently. One I get to. My son I actually do get to see a bit more frequently. I wish I could see my sister more frequently. Get that, Susie? I know, you have all the time in the world and independently wealthy, so travel is easy, right? Yeah, no. No. How are you doing, by the way, on the Modern Folk Embroidery? You started it, didn't you? You started it. She watches. She stitches. It's fabulous. We had fun over the holiday with the talking of the knitting and the stitch, not the knitting, the stitching. She doesn't knit, she stitches. I made her socks for Christmas. And when I put them in the water, they grew and grew and grew until they were very, 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 very large. And then I gifted them to her that way because it was funny. And also, it was funny. And also, I was just going to fix them after. So she puts them on her feet, and she called them her elf shoe socks. They were elf shoes because the toe was like that much longer than her foot. That's a slight exaggeration. The toe was like that much longer than it needed to be. So I had her mark them, and I ripped them back, and I put new toes on them and sent her home with them fitting her feet. Never had that happen with a sock before, where the stitch pattern that I used grew that much in blocking. If I had actually done a gauge swatch, I would have known that pattern would do that. But I don't do gauge swatches with socks anymore because I've knit so many socks that I usually don't have to ever worry about it. I know my gauge. It was a length thing because circumference-wise they fit her just fine. They just grew lengthwise. Yeah, that was funny. But she got her socks that fit now, and that's important. Other than that, yeah, holidays were kind of busy. It was sad to see my son go home, sad to see my sister go home. But alas, they go home to where they live, where their homes are, and yeah, that's how life works. Got the house back to normal after the holiday. All the Christmas stuff is down. So far, I haven't found any random leftover, oops, we forgot to put this away, Christmas stuff. So I think we might have actually succeeded at getting all of Christmas put away this year. Am I the only one who doesn't? Who like in January, you think you have it all away. Come June, August, you look over and you go, how is that still there? I'm reading an interesting book right now. It is called There Is No Numetics Division. I forget who the author is. It is bizarre. It is interesting. It is creepy, and I'm loving it. Anyhow, that's kind of it for life. But I didn't talk about stash. I have a little bit of stash. So we're going to throw this in right at the end. I have some. I do not know if I showed the December Sock Squad color. Probably not. This was last year's December Sock Squad color. It is called Anna's Hummingbird, and it is gorgeous. I really love this color. This will definitely become a pair of socks for someone. Because it's pretty. It's really pretty. And this mini skein also has some variegation. Ah, this is a beautiful skein. I love it. I also got my Knit Spin Farm colorway for December, which was called Chicken Coop on a Frosty Morn. This is a lovely Targhee fingering weight sock yarn with 90% Targhee, 10% nylon. Sorry, I have hiccups. I love Targhee for socks. I love Targhee for socks. It's great and squishy. I received my Fox and Rabbit November fabric of the month, which is Cinnamon Sugar. Good color. Good color. Let me crinkle a little bit because I didn't take this one out. Where's the end? Where's the end? I do not know. I believe this was the November Be Stitch Me color, Macchiato. So good. And this was December's Into the Veil. Oh, it's such... You're not going to be able to see it very well. It is a really pretty light green. And it's coming up very, very gray. But it isn't. It is green. I also have... I don't remember which months these are. My Yarnable subscription. This was December's. And it is called Frosty Fox. Good color. Which means this one is January's. Oh, and all of January's stuff I left in here. This is January's. It's called Now Time, probably How, not Now. How Time Flies. But look at that. If it focuses, you can see how I accidentally read Now instead of How. It is a nice color. As the extras, we got this stitch marker. And they've fallen off, but these stitch markers, which are going to be super handy, they are high count stitch markers. So you have 25, 50, 75, and 3 100s. These are going to be handy for sweaters, and as I have like 3 different sweaters on my projects right now, that'll be great. This will actually come in very handy during my glittering snowscape shawl because I'm already at over 200 stitches. I'm like 280 some odd stitches. It's going to get to over 400 stitches. These can come in very, very handy for projects like that. And as I love projects like that, yeah, these are both really, really pretty. Maybe I should start this sock. No, 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 no. Yes. Yes, I should. I should anyway. I don't care. These were the extras for the December one, the Fox one. It is a yarn cozy and the most adorable Fox stitch marker. He's so cute. He's so cute. And they've been coming in these little bags, which are really, really handy for like all your notions. But you want to know what else they're really, really handy for? Small stitching projects, the threads for them. When you don't have a million stitching threads, when you just have like 5, you toss them in here, in your bag, and then your threads are all safe. I'm just saying, great for notions for knitting, great for threads and notions for stitching as well. Multiple uses here, people. Multiple uses. I'm not going to go through all of these because I'm not. These are the November Roxy Floss Monthlies. Oh, good colors. And January. I don't have December, evidently. That or I put December away already because I only have November. November and January. Good colors. I love Roxy Floss because I really should stop getting them. I really should. Am I going to? No. I'm going to keep getting them. What I need to do is start using them. And I have plans for that too. All right. So that is all the stash because I am going to try and buy less. I did tell you that I bought some fabrics. They haven't come in yet. I bought some fabrics for the rest of my Celebrate All Year project. But yeah, I'm going to continue to get my Fox and Rabbit Fabric of the Month. It's having issues getting sent to me. It said they tried to deliver it, they didn't. So I don't know what's going on with that. I hope that it doesn't get sent back and then me having to contact Brandon and go, I'm so sorry, my people are stupid over here. How much do I owe you to have you send it back to me? I'm hoping that doesn't have to happen. But I don't even know where my last like 3 months of that one is. I mean, I have November here. I guess it's 2 months. I don't know where the last 2 months are. I know he was late with some of it, but I don't think he was that late. And I know it was shipped to me, and I don't. It's in limbo right now. Meh, it happens. But I'm going to try and limit my spending this year because I'm starting so many things. I will only be purchasing limited bits and pieces here and there, other than fabric, which I'm addicted to and I can't stop buying. But if you're starting a million things, you need the fabric. I have all the flosses, so I don't need to buy more flosses. That's right. So that is everything, I think. I'm just playing with my yarn here. This is the blue one. This is the February one. Or the foxy one. The Frosty Fox one. I should take it out of the bag. I should take this one out of the bag. And then they can live happily ever after. Except they won't live happily ever after this way. They need to be stitched up into socks. Oh, I really want to start this one. And I really want to start... I found a downside to starting all the stitching projects. It makes me want to start all... Ooh, that's good. Makes me want to start all of the projects, all of them, all of everything. I can't. I cannot do that. Anyhow, I'm going to let you all go because this has been very, very long and I've kind of rambled at the end and I don't know what I'm doing. So, as I stated, if you are new here, thank you so much for showing up. I hope what you have found is somewhat palatable to you, and if it is, please like and subscribe. If you have already subscribed, you know what palette I am, and obviously you must like it somewhat as you keep coming back. Thank you also for doing that. I will see you in 2 more weeks. Hopefully by then I will have at least done one of my WhipGo pieces. I don't know which one I'm starting with, but hopefully I'll have started one of them and done some decent progress on it. And who knows what else I will have done. Will I have fully finished anything? Will I have painted the thing for the Celebrate All Year and finished that one so I can go, wow, here's a fully finished item? Will I have framed the thing that I bought a frame for and go, wow, look at that? Who knows? I don't. Will I have started 1 piece, 2 pieces, 5 pieces? I mean, if I have 10 starts in the first month, I will have more than 50 starts this year. It's not going to happen. Right. I am super behind on all of my Flosstube, so I'm going to go edit and upload this for putting it up for tomorrow. And then I'm going to go back to watching Whip Parades, where, oh, my list of wishes has gotten very, very long. Y'all out there with your Whip Parades, very, very dangerous. So I'm refusing to buy anything from a Whip Parade, but oh, my wish list. Y'all are talented people. You all very, very talented people. Right. Time to clean up, edit, and watch more Flosstube. And make 9s. Bye.